Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Okay, so if I knew that 2 days after I posted the what might Goose Island release on Black Friday, based on the labels they created, that they were going to just say, here's what we're going to release, I would have not made that video and I would have just waited and made this video like I did last year. And coincidentally enough, if that's a way to word that, I put on this shirt this morning to walk my dog, and I had no idea they were going to drop the, they had teased outlines of bottles, but I didn't realize it was going to be today. So I happen to be wearing the same shirt I wore, which is appropriate, obviously, that I did last year when I made this video for the 2019 lineup. And then I also am basically drinking the same beer I drank when I did that. Last year it was a base bourbon barrel aged Wolf. This time it's this year's version of Wolf bourbon barrel aged with cacao nibs or cocoa nibs, they said, vanilla and coconut. So be on the lookout for that review. It's delicious, by the way. But yeah, I just want to do that just like I did last year. Like, as much as I definitely love Bourbon County and do videos on it, do reviews on it, try to get as many of them as I can to review. There's also other breweries, that are doing delicious bourbon barrel aged stouts and variants on that. And then you can get into the, you're supporting a macro if you're doing the Goose Island stuff. Then you can support micro craft beer as well and try to have a healthy balance. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is shrink myself again, put myself in the corner, or sorry, wrong way, corner, and bring up the Goose Island website and go through what is being released, and then maybe talk a little bit about what's not being released, what maybe is still being released but only in kegs. So let me do that right now and shrink myself. All right, so here I am, nice and small, and in the corner, and I just went onto the Goose Island website. You go up to their beers, Barrel House, and then here's all of them. So yeah, it looks like there's 7 actual Bourbon counties being released this year. I won't click on the regular. It's the regular. It's I don't want to say it's more of the same, but it's more of the same what we're used to. The next one is going to be the Kentucky Fog, as my internet slowly opens that up. So this was on the, just like the regular, obviously, this was on the one that they, said, hey, we submitted labels. This came back. And this is that one that has tea. They're not giving the ABVs, and sometimes they blend them in a certain way, I think. So like certain states that have ABV restrictions, they can sometimes sneak them in. We're excited to debut our first ever tea-inspired variant. Brewer Paul Cade brought this idea to life, inspired by his girlfriend Martha, who prefers tea over coffee. Our Bourbon County Kentucky Fog Stout is a take on the London Fog tea drink. With that flavor profile in mind, we added Earl Grey tea and black tea from Kilogram Tea, as well as clover honey from the Honey House, to make a Bourbon County Stout variant with a complexity like none before. I swear I can read. Trust us, you'll just have to try it. And I think that sums it up well. I think it sounds super interesting, and I can't think of too many tea bourbon barrel aged stouts I've had, but I like that they say, trust us, you'll have to try it, because I definitely want to try it. And as much as I love tea and bourbon barrel aged stouts, there's a little convincing that's going to need to take place, but I am excited for that one. So I'm glad that one actually is in the lineup. All right. I think after I do this small version, I'll go big again and kind of talk about the stuff that was on the list that's actually apparently not being made, or maybe there's a little bit more to the story. Here's another one that was on the list. I had mentioned, I got up on my soapbox, how I wish they just brought back regular coffee stout, but I'm totally okay with this. I won't read the full description, because I realize that's actually going to take a lot of time if I keep doing that. But this is the one that has maple syrup and coffee in it. And yeah, as much as I want the regular coffee stout, coffee with the maple syrup for sure. And it's bourbon barrel aged maple syrup that they're using. I love bourbon barrel aged maple syrup. It does add another layer to it. It's so delicious. So I think this is definitely going to be high on my in search of list. And I'm super glad that has made the list, the cut, I should say. You might be thinking to yourself at this point, like, oh, wow, you're just like really happy about all of this. Well, wait. This one, I was talking to some people offline, the Nerd Sense guys, for example, some people who don't do beer stuff, and you'd have no idea who I'm talking about, but the Nerd Sense guys do beer stuff, and you should check them out. Um, I think they're a hair more excited than I am about this. They're not doing the peach vanilla one that I was actually getting like really amped up to try, that they did have the labels for. So this is their wheat wine, and they're going to use larceny again, which I think is cool. I support that. But they're going to add apple, cinnamon, and natural caramel flavor. I love natural ingredients. The natural caramel flavor I'm not a huge fan of, but using apple and cinnamon, um, they're trying to do a caramel apple, which I think is cool, and props for trying something new. Let's see the last sentence. This luscious embodiment of caramel, perfectly paired with a slightly tart apple flavor, will transport you to a crisp autumn day. I'm open to this, but I do think this sounds less maybe not interesting. That's not the right word. Less appealing to me than the peaches and cream one. Like that one, I was all in. Like I thought it was kind of intriguing, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, I really think that's cool. The adding of vanilla to that, I thought was going to be amazing. So, yeah. But and again, too, I would love them just to release a regular wheat wine, so I can just I like that beer. You know, I want the barley wine brought back at least every other year. And again, I won't get on my soapbox too much, but okay, okay, Carmela, I see you. I see you. Maybe you know. I mean, I want to try all of them. I want to review them all. I mean, you guys, if you watch my channel, you know that I try to do them all, but I don't know. I don't know about that one. Ah, the prop. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting who in the last video was like, I wonder what they're going to do for a prop. And I was like, yeah, me too. All right. So up here, style. Yeah, we know that. We know that. We know that. Malt. Okay. So they're not playing anything too interesting up there. So let's go down here. This is, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that'd be in the other section, but it's in this last paragraph. This year's proprietor's Bourbon County Stout was inspired by third-generation Italian-American brewer Emily Cosmo's love of Spumani, a classic Italian frozen treat. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. It's tri-colored frozen dessert that contains candied fruit and nuts between each layer, historically including flavors such as pistachio, cherry, and chocolate, blended with fresh pistachios, cacao nibs, candied Amarino cherries, and natural vanilla flavors. Here's that natural. Just put vanilla beans in it. I know they're expensive, but come on, it's a prop. The 2020 prop is incredibly complex and layered with cocoa, nut, and dark fruit notes with hints of vanilla and oak. Well, maybe just hints of notes because you didn't use vanilla beans. Anyway, Emily, who also created the concept of 2016 prop, is our first brewer to have two, good for her, concepts picked for release. Okay, proprietors. I know how to pronounce that word. I'm just saying prop. Okay, I was with my friend Jim offline. You might know him. I do a lot of beers that he sends me. And he's like, I don't care about pistachio in a stout. He's like, I basically no interest in trying it. I'm intrigued by this one. I think there's some, besides I'm not using vanilla beans, I think there's some cool stuff going on here. I could see how this could turn into a mess because it has maybe too many adjuncts, but I could also see if they did it right that this could be, I think, quite tasty. So unlike the last one, I think this is one I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, pretty excited about. All right, this one is another one that was listed, unlike the prop, and Birthday Bourbon County Stout. We partnered with Old Forester brand and paired Bourbon County Stout, with barrels from one of the world's most sought-after bourbons, Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. The limited edition bourbon released each year on the founder George Garvin Brown of Brown Forman's birthday is made in hand-selected 11-year-old barrels and chosen from one specific day of production, resulting in flavor profiles that vary every year and never replicated. Old Forester's tasting notes for the 2019 birthday bourbon are, quote, rich oak spice and black currant coupled with light maple, caramel cake, and white floral notes, end quote. This year's Birthday Bourbon County Stout is a truly unique variation that is a must-have for bourbon and beer lovers alike. Wait, is this the one that was aged for 2 years or not? This is the Old Forester. My notes are failing me that I put in front of me. Oh no, this is yeah. Yeah. Let me edit that in my notes. Yeah. So that was on there. This one does not say 2 years. I think that's the next one. My bad, everyone. Yeah, the anniversary. My bad. So yeah, this is the one that's aged for 2 years. So this, yeah, I was getting the two confused. I'm sorry. This is a one that they're calling anniversary. Not surprising because it's the anniversary of them being released on Black Friday. Um, I guess I'll just read this. Anniversary Bourbon County Stout is aged 2 years in Weller 12-year barrels, and is a special variant this year to celebrate Goose Island's 10-year tradition of releasing Bourbon County Stout on Black Friday. The Weller brand is one of the most universally loved collections in all of bourbon, with Weller 12 year being in Weller 12 year being one of the hardest to get and most sought after. Our original Bourbon County Stout is aged in 4 to 5 year old barrels for 1 year, so the added age of these Weller barrels paired with an extra year of the beer in the barrel adds stronger barrel flavors and notes of dried dark fruit. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about trying that, and it's cool. Some people have been, either on YouTube or Instagram, sending me messages or commenting who know bourbon and whiskey better than I do. And I'm forgetting if anyone commented about this one, but like they're saying it's highly sought after. So if you know this stuff better than me, please let me know. Like, is this definitely like a good bourbon I should be really excited about? I'm excited about it, period. But like, should I be the next level excited? So those are the 7 that they are definitely releasing in bottles. And I'm going to make myself big and close out this video with what's not being produced. All right, so I'm nice and big again. All right, so like I said, I want to close out the video just going over what did not make the cut. All right, so what I have in front of me is just a printed list that I did with the first video where I talked about here's what they have labels for. So obviously the regular Bourbon County is the same. They're doing that. No one's surprised by that. They're not doing the Bourbon County Old Forester President's Choice Bourbon 2020. Oh, I'm sorry, no, they still might. That one, they said was kegs only, so maybe we still would see kegs of that. Again, that's the Old Forester's President's Choice Bourbon 2020. We are seeing the Forester, the birthday one. And that one is bottles and potentially kegs, according to this article, or what they released. We are not seeing the Bourbon County Anniversary Brand Stout Eagle Rare. Apparently that one. And this one says Imperial Stout aged for 2 years in bourbon barrels. So I wonder how much, like, if they've had it in those barrels for 2 years, are they just dumping all of those barrels? Are we going to see it next year with 3 years in the barrel, or like 2 years in this barrel and they put in another barrel for 2 years or something? I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Or was it just completely to throw us off the scent? I forgot to mention that earlier. Maybe some of this was intentional just to make people guess and wonder. Yes, we are getting the Bourbon County Anniversary Brand Stout Weller 2020. Imperial Stout aged for 2 years. So that's like in the 12-year-old bourbon barrels. That is to celebrate the Goose Island Bourbon County being released for 10 years on Black Friday. We are not seeing the Bourbon County Anniversary Brand Stout Blanton's 2020, which apparently has been aged for 18 months. And again, I'm just wondering, like, do they make it up completely, or do these things exist? They just don't think they should be released. That's a whole other thing. If they have them and they don't want to release them, I imagine they don't dump them, but maybe they dump them, or maybe they should just be like, hey, these aren't up to what we want, but half the price. Here you guys go. We're gonna call it, I don't know, No Hype Beer Reviews discount Bourbon County. I don't know. Also, no reserve 2020 Reserve Bourbon County Brand Stout Old Forester 1910. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. I misread my own notes. You might still see that in kegs. That one was not ever going to be in bottles, but that might be one in kegs. 1910, their bourbon. We're getting the Maple Coffee Stout, the Special 4, which I'm special number 4. I'm very excited about. We are getting the Bourbon County brand Kentucky Fog Stout. That one, oh, this is interesting. At least the website that I got this from quoted them as kegs only, but we are seeing it in bottles. Okay. We are not, very much to my disappointment, not seeing the toasted coconut variant. That one was going to be in bottles and kegs. I really wanted that beer, so I'm disappointed about that. Speaking of being disappointed, I'm very disappointed, as I said earlier, about the peaches and cream wheat wine not happening. The one that they are doing, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll find out hopefully and be able to try it, but really wanted that wheat wine with the peaches and vanilla. And then the other one that's not on this list at all was the prop, which, yeah, pistachio and all that stuff, sure, but use real vanilla beans next time. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Now we know officially what's being released, at least in bottles. You excited? You not excited? Were you, like me, excited about some of the possible stuff that did not end up happening? Anything, everything related to Bourbon County, Black Friday release, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. This is a Lagunitas pen, if you're wondering. They have that place in Chicago as well, so it's all fitting thematically. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's no hype beer reviews about those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.